Minister Modi talks to US President Biden over phone, underlines joint Indo-US fight against COVID pandemic. Election Commission bans all victory processions on or after the day of counting for assembly polls in 5 states. Assam government imposes night curfew in the state to contain the spread of COVID menace. Manipur government declares summer vacation for schools ahead of time. And in IPL cricket, Delhi Capitals confront Royal Challengers Bangalore in Ahmedabad in a short while from now. Good evening and welcome to the Northeast News. This is Joshna Borua with the news in detail. In national news first, Prime Minister Narendra Modi had a telephonic conversation with United States President Joe Biden on Monday. The leaders discussed in detail the evolving COVID-19 situation in both the countries. The discussion covered India's ongoing efforts to contain the second wave of the pandemic through expedited vaccination efforts and ensuring supply of critical medicines, therapeutics and healthcare equipment. President Biden conveyed solidarity with India and affirmed that the United States is determined to support India's efforts by quickly deploying resources such as therapeutics, ventilators and identifying source of raw materials to be made available for the manufacture of Covishield vaccines. Both the leaders underlined the potential of the Indo-US partnership in vaccine development and supply to address the COVID-19 pandemic. In a significant development, Election Commission has banned all victory processions on or after the day of counting of votes for assembly polls in 5 states. The counting for assembly elections in West Bengal, Assam, Tamil Nadu, Kerala and Puducherry is on the 2nd of May. Not more than 2 persons will be allowed to accompany the winning candidates to receive the certificate of election from the concerned returning officer. The ban by Election Commission comes in view of the surge in COVID cases throughout the country. The Assam government has imposed night curfew across the state from 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. with immediate effect. This will remain in force till the 1st of May. However, there will not be any restriction on interstate movement and transportation of essential and non-essential goods. Earlier in the day, Assam State Disaster Management Authority (ASDMA) reviewed the COVID-19 scenario and concluded that there has been a rapid increase in the number of active cases across the state. Therefore, it felt that night curfew needs to be imposed in all the districts of Assam as an emergency measure for the well-being and safety of the people. Exemptions from the purview of the measure include essential and emergency services, electronic and print media, shops dealing with food, groceries, fruits and vegetables, pharmaceuticals, medicines and medical equipment, banks, insurance offices and ATMs, telecommunications, internet services, petrol pumps and cooking gas delivery. Union government has stepped up the efforts to meet the oxygen supply throughout the country. The centre has imported 20 cryogenic tankers of 10 metric tons and 20 metric ton capacity and allocated them to states to address shortage of oxygen tankers. These cryogenic ISO containers have been imported to augment the transportation of oxygen. Ministry of Road Transport and Highways, in consultation with the Department of Promotion of Industries and Internal Trade, have mapped the allocation to suppliers of several states. India received the first shipment of medical aid from Britain today. The External Affairs Ministry said the shipment includes 100 ventilators and 95 oxygen concentrators. Foreign nations, including the United States, France, Germany, Israel and European Union, have promised aid to India. The countries have said they will provide oxygen, diagnostic tests, ventilators and protective gear. Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma visited the Bornihart Oxygen Private Limited located at Bornihart, Riboi district on Monday to ensure that the unit is prepared to deal with any kind of crisis in the ongoing second wave of COVID-19. The Chief Minister said the objective of the visit was to oversee the functioning of the plant and be prepared to deal with the crisis. He said the idea is to coordinate with the management of the company for any kind of supply with the State Health Department whenever the situation arises. The plant produces 2,000 cubic meters of oxygen per day. In view of the current surge in the number of COVID-positive cases, Manipur government on Monday declared the commencement of summer vacation for all government-aided and private schools affiliated to the Board of Secondary Education Manipur and the Council of Higher Secondary Education Manipur from May 1st to May 31st this year. Commissioner Education and Schools T. Ranjit Singh issued an official order in this regard. On April 19, the state authorities announced postponement of the HSLC examination 2021 and Higher Secondary examination 2021. Earlier, the HSLC and Higher Secondary examinations were scheduled to be held on May 6th and May 5th, respectively. The country today witnessed some respite from a record number of coronavirus cases. Union Health Ministry said that over 323,000 fresh cases have been reported in the country within 24 hours, which is around 30,000 less than the cases reported on Monday. However, the active caseloads in the several states and union territories are still rising. As a result, the recovery rate is continuously declining in the country. The ministry informed that there are over 28,82,000 active cases in the country. The recovery rate has further declined to 82.53%. The ministry informed that more than 2,51,000 people have recovered from the infection during the last 24 hours. The ministry said that over 2,700 deaths have been reported in the country within 24 hours, taking the toll to over 1,97,000 across the country. The world's largest COVID-19 vaccination drive is smoothly progressing in the country. Union Health and Family Welfare Ministry has informed that over 33,59,000 doses of COVID-19 vaccines were administered to the beneficiaries in the last 24 hours. The ministry said that over 14 crore 52 lakh people have already been inoculated with vaccine jabs in the country so far. From the 1st of next month, which is also the third phase of the largest vaccination drive, everyone above the age of 18 years will be eligible to take COVID vaccines. The registration for the third phase will begin from tomorrow on the CoWIN platform and Arogya Setu app. In Nagaland, Chief Minister Neiphiu Rio today flagged off the 24 new ambulances at the Civil Secretariat, Kohima. Donated by National Highways and Infrastructure Development Corporation, NHIDCL, these ambulances are of higher end with basic life support equipment. Chief Minister Neiphiu Rio expressed his gratitude to NHIDCL for the ambulances. He saluted the doctors, nurses and other supporting staff for their frontline fight against COVID-19. Executive Director of NHIDCL, M.S. Deol, said NHIDCL has a planned vision to make Nagaland one of the best connected states in the country. In the COVID scenario from the northeast, Arunachal Pradesh has reported 724 active cases, while discharge cases logged 16,993. The tally for the dead remained at 58. Assam is saddled with 17,764 active cases, while the cured cases logged 2,20,344. The dead accounted for 1,215. Reporting 910 active cases, Manipur recorded 29,267 cured cases, while the dead tallied 390. Meghalaya reported 1,403 active cases and a caseload of 14,560 cured cases. The dead account for 161. With a caseload of 769 active cases, Mizoram logged 4,731 discharged cases, while the death toll remained at 13. Nagaland reported 727 active cases with 12,413 released cases. The death tallied 98. Sikkim has a caseload of 928 active cases, 6,261 cured cases. The tally for the dead is 140. Lastly, in Tripura, active cases have touched 830, while discharge cases logged 33,514. The dead account for 394. In Meghalaya, the COVID vaccination drive is making a steady progress. Chief Minister Conrad Sangma was the recipient of the second dose on Monday. He took the jab at Soksanang LP School, Lower Balsnang in Tura. Sangma urged all those eligible to come forward and ensure the vaccination drive is a success. The state has managed to administer nearly 220,000 doses of the vaccine so far. More than 23,000 healthcare workers and over 35,000 frontline workers have received at least one dose of the vaccine in the state.
And I have taken my second dose of COVID vaccine. Today I have completed my dosage, and I would like to urge each and every citizen of our state, the frontline workers and the people who are above the age of 45 to kindly come forward and take the vaccination in the closest center next to your locality.
In Nagaland, Executive Secretary PBCA Reverend Tialemba formed dedicated to the people the COVID Care Centre and COVID-19 Hospital Longleng on Monday at Diet Building New Site Longleng. The hospital became operational with immediate effect due to the increasing COVID-19 cases in the district. Speaking on the occasion, Deputy Commissioner Longleng M. Shayung Phom appreciated Bhumniu village for supporting the district task force without any reservation. In news from the world of sports, in IPL cricket, Delhi Capitals will take on Royal Challengers Bangalore in Ahmedabad in a short while from now. Earlier on Monday, Kolkata Knight Riders defeated Punjab Super Kings by 5 wickets at Narendra Modi Stadium in Ahmedabad. Put into bat first, Punjab posted 123 runs for 9 wickets in the stipulated 20 overs. In reply, KKR easily chased down the target for the loss of 5 wickets in 16.4 overs with the help of Eoin Morgan's unbeaten 47 of 40 balls and Rahul Tripathi's 41 of 32. Meanwhile, in a sporting gesture, Kolkata Knight Riders Australian pacer Pat Cummins has contributed $50,000 to the Prime Minister Cares Fund, specifically to purchase oxygen supplies for India's hospitals. For more updates, viewers can also watch our bulletins and other programs on our YouTube channel, DD News Guwahati. To end the news, the main points once again. Prime Minister Modi talks to US President Biden over phone, underlines joint Indo-US fight against COVID pandemic. Election Commission bans all victory processions on or after the day of counting for assembly polls in 5 states. Assam government imposes night curfew in state to contain the spread of COVID menace. Manipur government declares summer vacation for schools ahead of time. And in IPL cricket, Delhi Capitals to confront Royal Challengers Bangalore in Ahmedabad in a short while from now. Before taking leave, viewers are reminded to maintain physical distancing, regularly sanitize hands and frequently wash hands with soap. Remember to wear a mask properly and join the Mask Up India campaign by Doordarshan to defeat the pandemic. And that's all in this bulletin. Thanks for watching. Namaskar.